Hello students, so welcome again. So today we are going to discuss about the next topic, that is the structure and types of RNA. So in the last chapter we discussed about the DNA, structure of DNA. So the expression of the information in a genetic or the gene generally involves the production of an RNA molecules transcribed from a DNA template. So the strands of RNA and DNA may you can see quite which are similar at the first glance when you see first time. So differing only in that RNA has a hydroxyl group at the second position of the ribosome sugar and uracils instead of the thymine. So this RNA, so we can in the structure you can see the RNA is a typically single stranded and is made up of ribonucleotides that are linked by the phosphodiester bonds. So a ribonucleotide is the RNA chain contains ribosomes, that is the pentose sugar, and one of the four nitrogen bases, that is A, U, G and C, as a phosphate group. So this subtle we can say structural difference between the sugar gives DNA added as a we can say stability, so making DNA more suitable for storage of genetic information, whereas the relative instability of RNA makes it more suitable for its more short-term functions. So the RNA specific pyrimidines, that is uracils, forms a complementary base pair with adenine and it is used instead of the thymine used in a DNA. So even though RNA is single stranded, most of the types of RNA molecule shows extensive intermolecular bases, we can say pairing between the complementary sequences within the RNA strands, creating we can say predictable three-dimensional structures essential for the functions one. So in the structure you can see the DNA is typically double stranded, whereas the RNA is typically single stranded. So in the B you can see that although it is a single stranded one, so RNA can fold upon itself with the folds stabilized by short areas of complementary base pairing within the molecules, so forming a three-dimensional structure is formed. Okay, so there are types of RNA as there. So there are three main types of RNA directly involved in the protein synthesis, which are messenger RNA, that is mRNA, then ribosomal RNA, that is rRNA, and transfer RNA, that is the tRNA. so in 1961, French scientist Francis Jacob and Jacques Monod hypothesized that extensive of an intermediary between DNA and its protein products, which they called as a messenger RNA. Okay, so this mRNA structure, if you see, and this functions. So this mRNA carries a message from the DNA which control all the cellular activities in a cell. So if a cell requires a certain protein to be synthesized, the gene for the product is turned on and the mRNA is synthesized. So we can see so the gene for this product is we can say turned on and the mRNA synthesized through the process of transcription. So the mRNA then interacts with the ribosomes and other cellular machineries. Okay, in the picture you can see. So to direct the synthesis of the protein, it encodes during the process of translations. So the mRNA is relatively unstable and short-lived in the cells, especially in prokaryotic cells. So you can see ensuring that proteins are only made when needed only. So in the picture you can see a generalized illustration of how mRNA and tRNA are used in the protein synthesis within a cells. Okay, so next, that is we can say RNA structures. So the ribosomes are which are composed of RNA, rRNA and ribonucleoproteins as its name suggests. So rRNA is a major constituents of ribosomes, composing up to about 60% of the ribosome by the mass and providing the location where the mRNA binds. So the rRNA ensures the proper alignments of the mRNA, tRNA and the ribosome. So the rRNA of the ribosome RNA of the ribosome is also has an enzymatic activity, okay, and catalyzes the formation of peptide bonds between two aligned amino acid during protein synthesis. So although rRNA which we can say had long been thought to serve primary a structural role, its catalytic role within the ribosome was proven in only we can say 200 and in 2000 only. So in the structure we can see that a tRNA molecule is a single stranded molecule that exhibits a significant intercellular space bearing, giving its characteristics of three-dimensional shapes. Okay. So accordingly we can say tRNA. So in the tRNA structure, the transfer RNA is the third main type of the RNA, and one of the smallest, usually you can say only 70 to 90 nucleotides along. So it carries the correct amino acid to the site of protein synthesis in the ribosome. So it is the base pairing between the tRNA, mRNA, and allows for the correct amino acid to insert the we can say polypeptide chain which has been synthesized. So any mutation in the tRNA or rRNA can insult in global problems for the cell, because both are necessary for proper protein synthesis. So if you think about the functions of all the three types, the first, that is the mRNA functions. It serves as an intermediary between DNA and protein used by the ribosome to direct synthesis of protein when it encodes. Okay, whereas the rRNA it ensures the proper alignment of mRNA, tRNA and ribosome during protein synthesis. So catalysis peptide bond formation between amino acids. And the third, that is the tRNA. So it functions that it carries the correct amino acid to the site of protein synthesis in the ribosome. So these are the three types of RNA. So thank you very much.